my blood is rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. Come on, like the way we rock it, so don't stop.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. I hope you recovered from that disaster of a weather event Weatherman Steve dumped on us yesterday. Yeah, it looks like it might be a little better today, so get outside, grab those kids, drag them out of the rack, roll them off the couch, feed them something, and get them outside and exercise. Get some sun. You know, the commie cracks, they'll be in the basement here, sun's up, so, you know, they don't want to burn up, in the sunlight. So, yeah, go enjoy your day.
All right. Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you right now at our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or weeb990.com. Top middle of the page is where the video link's located. Also, the chat room's there. And in the upper right-hand corner of every page, we have our audio stream. That's the one that goes to the transmitter, which we stream out all day, every day. And the link's located in the upper right-hand corner where it says on the air, listen live. Click it once and you're listening back quick. All right, weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. Most of it's going to be halfway decent, but we should see some showers and thunderstorms later in the day. Look for mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. High of 85. Tonight, more of the same. Low of 69 for Tuesday. No mention of rain, partly cloudy. 86 for your high. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, 70. Wednesday, we get back into a steady pattern here of partly cloudy skies, chance of showers and thunderstorms. High of 87. Same for Wednesday night with a low of 71. Same for Thursday with a high of 83. And Friday, no mention of rain, mostly cloudy and a high of 84. Over the weekend, looking sunny with highs in the mid-80s. Right now around the Sandhills, I'm waiting for the other foot to drop on this weather, but right now around the Sandhills, solar radiation's at 31 watts per square meter, pressure 30-31, winds calm, dew point 71, humidity 99%. It's sunny and 72 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Now, if you've lived in North Carolina, particularly as long as I have, you've pretty well experienced everything that can happen in the summer here. But this year seems to be, knocking on wood, behaving itself. Usually this time of year, all through August, we get that 90 plus temperatures all through. But it looks like half the month is only going to be that way. The other half is going to be reasonable. I call it reasonable. It's still going to be humid. And September and October can both be extremely humid and extremely hot. I've seen it both ways. When we signed on our FM here, which was in 2017, it was the high temperature that day was 94 degrees, and the dew points were way up there at 74 and 75. And I went, oh, man, this is just ridiculous. And the climber, he's okay once he gets above the tree line. He gets a good air conditioning breeze from Mother Nature. But it was brutal. It's just the way it is. And this year, not so much. So let's hope it holds the pattern, and this is the more normal temperature for us in the summer. And no, it has nothing to do with global warming. Colorado, Aspen had snow today. A dusting, so.
No, I guess they'll be skiing here this year.
Yeah. All righty. Let's head towards the sound bites this morning.
That's what they need in the mountains out there. You need a lot of snow, fill up at Lake Mead again, cover up those bodies, keep finding them.
Well, I'll start off with this while I get something ready. A hero cat saves owner's life, suffering a heart attack. A woman out of England was saved by her cat when he pounced on her chest with his paws to wake her up in the middle of having a heart attack. She was then rushed to the hospital and is doing much better now. Here is Sam Felstead talking about how her hero cat, Billy, did the job. Well, it seemed like you could hear it, but no. Windows, I got to go fight again. It gets old. It really does. All right, got it now. Let's try it again. Step 2.
He jumped on top of me, wouldn't leave me, and he woke me up. I just woke up in a sweat, and my arms were really heavy, and it was really painful, and my back was hurting. Well, I think he saved my life just because when I got to hospital, they told me I was having a heart attack. If I hadn't woken up, I don't think I'd have woken up for another few hours when my alarm went off for work.
Interesting.
It's always tough for me to understand the British. They use their slang, plus it's just at a cadence it's harder for me to pick up on. I don't know.
Well, it depends where they're from. I mean, if they're, you got Liverpool, Lancs, London, you got all these different dialects in England just like you have here, and some of them you can't understand at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
All righty. Well, let me...
That's Lancashire, not Lancs. I used the slang.
Okie dokie. I'm about set up for this next one. All right, I think we can give it a try now, Colonel. See if we can make a go of this. What is going on now? Stop. I didn't ever tell you to start. All right, now we'll try that again. Hit the keys.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad dreams.
All right, my friends, it's time once again to go across the floor in the style of the Duke, John Wayne, open up our closet doors where we can get a good look at everything. And we go over here to our 30 Liberty safe. And today's we're going to go with safe number 16. We'll let the good Colonel reach in and grab the weapon of choice this morning.
We'll go with this M1919 A6 model. That one's portable. You can carry that one around. 500 rounds per minute, 600 rounds per minute, somewhere in there. Got a bipod, so yeah, you'll be able to knock a few doors down with that.
All right, something exciting to play with here. All right, so now on to the story here. Let's see. That's over here. A couple out of Georgia was arrested after police officers found meth in their vehicle with a 2-year-old child in the back seat. Not a good scenario. The baby was unharmed and sent away with a family member. Here is the investigator, Toby Nix, talking about where they found the drugs in Jonathan's and Bethany's car in relationship to where the baby was.
Not only was there a 2-year-old child in the car, the drugs were found in very close proximity to a Happy Meal box, which makes the whole thing worse.
All right, well, Toby, the investigator, scooped them up, waved them in their face, and went, no, no, no. Let's see if you ever get your child back now. See if we got any other heroes in my notes this morning. Let me go up here, Stevie. Yeah, we got another one. Hubert Harris, 40-year-old customer in Maryland, allegedly went behind the counter at a Papa John's and began chasing a 26-year-old employee around the store, physically assaulting him with a metal pizza paddle.
Oh, good. Pizza paddle. All right.
Yeah, and they're fighting back now. Unable to escape the physical assault and in fear of his safety, Robert Klein grabbed the pizza spear to defend himself from the attack and stabbed Harris in self-defense. Ooh. All right, one for the good guys.
Well, those things have a sharp edge, actually, because you got to slide it up under the pizza. So, yeah, I guess you probably slice and dice somebody pretty good with one of those.
The reason he says I didn't get garlic sauce and Italian peppers on his pizza.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, you had somebody get killed for complaining about food in the Hardee's or something like that last week. Yeah, the guy, the counter man came out from behind the counter and then just wailed this guy and killed him.
Do I have any more? No, that's about it. And that's your stupid criminal news for today.
That's one thing you get bad mechanics, you get bad treatment or something in some service place. But one thing I've never done was complain about the food, man, because you don't know what you're going to get when it comes back out. No, thank you.
Yeah, I was at a chicken place once, and I was in the takeout lane. I ordered an 8-piece box of chicken, which kind of narrows it down to a couple here in town. And the guy says, well, we don't have any dark meat. I went, are you in the chicken business? Is that something? Can I ask that? And I said, do me a favor. Call. He says, oh, I got some Mix and Max dark I can mix with it with a couple of breaths. And I said, fine, but I don't find any hammy dressing on it. Remember when Jesse Jackson put hammy dressing on white folks' salads?
Well, that's why I don't go through fast food places. They, it's not like the old days where they used to have, stacks of stuff there, and it was all. I'd walk in, I'd see what was on the rack and give me one of those, instead of, have it my way and stand there and wait 40 minutes while they figure out how to do it your way. So, you go in these places now, none of them keep anything, hot and on the
pretty
shelf.
much cooked to order.
Yeah.
They might have one other there, like whatever the Big Mac, they might have one of those ready.
Well, the chicken places normally have some, but they don't get too far ahead because, they don't sell the stuff or it sits there for more than an hour and then they.
Well, here it is, 8 o'clock at night, and they're open to 10. I would think somebody's going to order some dark meat. I'd get some down.
I don't know. What night was it? Was it a weekend?
I can't remember.
Well, see, you got your historic, sales, et cetera. So, hey, on a Monday night from 8 to 10, hey, we only sold, one bucket of chicken. Well, they're not going to keep more than a bucket of chicken around on a Monday night because otherwise they toss it.
Well, I'm sure they got their percentage they have to toss. In fact, the franchise better see it on their slip that you turn into them. A certain percentage of chicken got tossed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Wastage and all that. They're all on margins and all that kind of thing. So you don't make this stuff and leave it sit around and then have to toss it. And after 8 o'clock, I can't imagine they're getting a lot of through business after 8 o'clock.
You'd be surprised.
Take what they get. Well, on
McDonald's
a weekend
has it to 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, well, but they're making that to order, and that doesn't take very long. Fried chicken, a little bit different story.
Pretty soon it's going to get to the point that it's robots taking the order.
Well, and then the robot.
And they'll be following your eyes.
We
on
do not have dark meat, and then you're going to sit there and argue with a robot?
I'm going to say,
have at it.
You're not in the chicken business. What the hell's wrong with you? Who decided when to put it down? A robot?
And that's when the old.
That's when I'll say you suck at your job.
That's when the old laser beam starts bouncing across your chest there, and yeah, okay.
Well, I'll pull out my Mega Blaster Sonic Boomer.
Right. There you
Take
go.
him out. Mm-hmm. Well, thrilling news here. All the news outlets are putting this one out there because it's just such heavy news. About an 8-year-old boy in Wisconsin, dubbed Mullet Boy. He won first place in the Mullet Championship Kids Division. Here is Emmett Bailey and his proud dad talking about how cool they think the whole experience is.
Stars, they have mullets. I mean, it's pretty cool. He has went viral, and I can't wrap my head around it right now. He is worldwide. The intent from the get-go is just to have fun with it, and it has been wild. Everyone keeps asking, are you going to cut it off when the contest is done?
Why would I do that?
No, this boy's ruined for life now. He's had a lot of little girls come up to him and say, oh, your mullet looks so good. Your mullet looks so good. And that gets imprinted in his little brain. And he'll go through junior high and high school still with that stupid mullet on his head. And then he'll go try to apply for a job somewhere. And he'll have that stupid mullet on his head. And the guy will say, you going to apply for a job with that mullet? Yeah, why would I want to cut it off?
Well, the guy's not going to say that to him because the guy's not even going to call him in for an interview. He's going to look at the picture or go to social media, see that. Oh, he won the mullet contest. Well, good. Let's see how much money he makes off that mullet in the next 50 years.
Or how much it cost him. David Spade knows mullets. He rocked one in the movie Joe Dirt. Here he is on TikTok critiquing some of the boys that were recently in the USA Kids Mullet Championship.
Rusted, this cute little goat roper. I like the poofy hair. I like he's holding a little fish or drumstick. Blank stare, pretty studly. Landry, flag carved in. Oh, I don't know if that's legal. But you know what? This little mugshot's good. A lot of frecks, good smile. Billy Doo, this tank. Oh, he means biz, dude. He's hitting dingers. Look at how huge those shades are. Terminator. Epic. Different shades. Nice. Interesting. Hawaii shirt. I don't know if I'd go with that. All winners to me, though.
There you go. A professional critique. All right. A couple in Georgia was arrested after police officers found meth. We did that one. Never mind. Don't care about that. Let's give you a good news. What time are we? Okay. An 82-year-old man out of Washington State celebrated his birthday by completing a 7-year-old goal to shoot 1 million basketball free throws. Here is Tom Stuttery, I think that's right, millionth shot, and him talking about how he feels after the fact.
I feel really good about it, yeah, I do. It's great to be able to perform pretty well under pressure. It's a big number.
Yeah, how else is he going to feel about it? He's in there counting how many free throws he's made. Is that the number of free throws that he's made successfully, or just how many free throws that he's thrown up there?
I think you have to make it count.
Well, a free throw's a free throw. You get points or you don't. I'm just wondering if he's shot 1 million successful free throws. And,
if we're doing that, we'll just
what's his percentage?
Heave him about 3 inches. And
well, I'm just wondering what his success rate is. What's his percentage? 60, 70% or what?
Yeah. Caught on camera, Florida man survived being attacked by an alligator.
Man. Yeah.
while he was shooting an instructional video for his company. Luckily, J.C. Laverda was able to fight back against the gator and is now recovering from his wounds. Here he is explaining what happened. By the way, his jaw is wired shut as you listen to him talk.
All I felt was scales, teeth, and then right there I'm like, oh, okay. So I immediately tried to open its jaws because I knew I was in a gator. Either I turned it or it turned me, but it was confused just as I was confused. And then it just let go.
Where was he? Was he out in the swamp somewhere, out in the Everglades? Or?
I would assume so. And
well, I mean, the freaking gators are everywhere down there, man. You walk your dog. Yeah, I don't know. You're walking along one of those retention ponds, or just like around here, like you like to walk around the lake down here. Well, if that's down in Florida, man, the dogs start disappearing.
Well, that's when I walk my dog with my gun.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Your dog's going to be gone. We were over Camp Lejeune, over there altogether about 9 years worth. But, even back, 78, 83, even back then, they told you, look, you don't put your dog out on a leash in the yard at Camp Lejeune because the gators were coming out of the creek there and grabbing them. Same way over at New River. So, yeah, they've been around a long time, and they're not.
Yeah, I prefer to do my walking where gators aren't.
I don't know where they aren't,
but I wouldn't have. As long as I know where they can't just grab me by surprise. I had that distance. I'd be all right.
Well, I tell you, you seen the size of some of those gators? They got, man, there's some huge freaking alligators down there, and they're right in communities, etc. In the retention pond. I don't know why they allow that. Why don't?
Well, I'll let them have their space. I'll take mine. I won't bother them. All righty. Let's see here.
I mean, gators. They had it was an 80-something-year-old lady. She was killed by one down in, I think that was down in Florida.
Was it?
And there was this guy. He got grabbed by the head. I don't know what he was doing, but the gator got him by the head. Fortunately, didn't kill him. And then there was another one where the gator was actually floating by. It was like he was on his victory tour. He had the guy...
Had a toothpick in his mouth, did he?
No, he had the guy... he had a body, and he was swimming along. I don't know if that was Florida or not, though. I forget where that was. Yeah, I appreciate nature and all that, but same way with cougars. People getting knocked off by cougars in California and other places, too.
Well, I know the burning question out there is, do guys send pics of their masculinity, we'll leave it at that, to blind women on social media? Turns out they do. And a blind woman explains how they are sometimes described.
I'm blind and I get sent a lot of lower regional area pictures from guys. Maybe they don't believe I'm blind, but I rely on a screen reader to narrate my phone to me, and it also narrates images. And I have just received an image, and I have to share this with you. This is what my screen reader has described to me.
One face, probably a mushroom growing in the ground.
All right.
Yeah, that guy. A new study shows that if temperatures are over 77, which they are regularly here, that it actually puts people to sleep. You ready for your nap?
When the weather is high, you got
Okay.
And never heard of the siesta, Mexico, Spain.
There you go.
Because of that, you go to Okinawa in the old days, you used to go on what was called trop hours, and you'd start work at 04 in the morning, and you'd usually quit by about 1300 because it was too freaking hot. And then you'd pick it up again in the evening.
And according to a new study, the average American would give up 4 years of their life to continue eating this. What would it be?
Bacon.
Fast food. That falls in there. Is it worth the risk?
Bacon is not fast food. Bacon is, that's like it right there, man.
Let's go to our area fast food expert, Vernon, for this.
Learning with Vernon, get smarter every day. If you got a question and Google just won't do, you just ask Vernon, you'll have an answer soon.
A new survey says the average American would give up 4 years of their life to keep eating fast food. Someone asked me, Vernon, what should I do? Well, I've always said a sack of fast food is to die for. And this question reminds me of my uncle who ate healthy every day of his life. How'd that work out for him? Not well. He died young when he was hit by a fast food restaurant supply truck. So enjoy your fast food while you still can, because life's for the living. I'll talk at you next time.
Afternoon and evening. Some of those storms could be on the stronger side, bringing gusty winds and a lot of lightning with heavy rain. We will see highs in the low to mid-80s today. By tonight, temperatures will dip into the mid-60s and lower 70s. We'll see highs in the mid-80s, but a small chance of a few passing showers tomorrow to the southeast. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Some of the major highways turned into rivers in Dallas this morning, and there have been many high water rescues after more than a half foot of rain fell overnight. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex among areas dealing with devastating flooding. Forecasters warn that more rain is on the way across a huge swath of territory, stretching from Texas all the way into the Carolinas. People being advised to keep an eye on the forecast and get ready for the possibility of dangerous flooding. At least for the time being, Senator Lindsey Graham will not have to testify before a special grand jury in Atlanta. That panel investigating former President Trump's alleged interference in the 2020 election in Georgia.
A federal appeals court issued an order to temporarily hold a subpoena issued against the South Carolina senator. A special grand jury near Atlanta is investigating former President Trump's questioning of the vote count immediately after the 2020 presidential election.
That's correspondent George Williams. President Biden has conferred with key allies about Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine.
In a weekend call, the president spoke with the president of France, the chancellor of Germany, and the British prime minister. The White House says the leaders affirmed their continued support for Ukraine's efforts to defend itself against Russian aggression. They also discussed the situation at Ukraine's largest nuclear power plant, including the need to avoid military operations near the plant and the importance of international inspectors to visit the site soon for a safety check. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Ukraine's government denying involvement in a deadly car bombing near Moscow. It claimed the life of the daughter of an influential Russian political theorist. A key member of Putin's inner circle, Alexander Dugin, has frequently defended Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures are down 301 points, and NASDAQ futures 202 points in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Relief Factor, pain relief that's natural, pain relief that works, and pain relief that attacks the source of the pain. That's the experience of tens of thousands of Americans who are taking Relief Factor right now. See their incredible video endorsements at relieffactor.com and then order your 3-week quick starter pack for just $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Find out if it can work for you like it works for me by ordering your 3-week quick starter pack today. Relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com. Be the next success story.
New message.
Hey, man, it's Devin. You know, from that time you accidentally emailed me because you thought I was a different Devin. Oh, and your email signature said confidential. If you receive this in error, please delete. That's so you. Anyway, I heard you bought a boat. When are we setting sail, Captain?
When you get a boat, you also get new friends. Make sure Progressive's one of them. And get coverage today for as little as $100 a year.
Oh, and no, you did not receive this message in error.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
A landslide has collapsed the ceiling of a Shiite mosque in central Iraq, killing at least 7 people, including a child. The rescuers continue the search for survivors.
They've been bringing out the rubble in huge bags to try to get through to anybody who might be trapped there. Fortunately, I mean, it's a tragedy, but fortunately, there don't seem to be a large number of worshippers at the far end of the mosque where the landfall happened, bringing down the roof. Much of the mosque is still intact. The rescue workers have been saying they have been able to be in contact with some of those who are trapped. They've been able to get food, water to them, and oxygen.
That's BBC's Sebastian Usher. Millions of students wearing face masks stream back to primary and secondary schools across the Philippines today for their first in-person classes after 2 years of coronavirus lockdowns feared to have worsened alarming illiteracy rates. News and analysis, townhall.com. Ford vowing to appeal after losing a major court case in Gwinnett County, suburban Atlanta.
A jury has returned a $1.7 billion verdict against the automaker involving a truck crash that claimed the lives of a Georgia couple. Jurors in Gwinnett County returning the verdict in the civil case involving what the plaintiff's lawyers called dangerously defective roofs on the Ford pickups. Melvin and Vonsell Hill were killed in April of 2014 in the rollover wreck of their 2002 F-250. Jason Walker reporting.
Pakistani police filing terrorism charges against former Prime Minister Imran Khan, escalating political tension in the country. The ex-premier holds mass rallies looking to return to office. The charges come over a speech Khan gave in Islamabad, which he vowed to sue police officers and a female judge. More on these stories at townhall.com.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
I'm Congressman Dan Bishop. Joe Biden's policies have caused inflation, driving up gas and food prices.
Drivers in North Carolina are feeling the pain at the pump. CNN's Vanessa Yurkevich live for us in Charlotte, North Carolina.
In North Carolina, prices have seen the biggest annual increase in 7 years.
Companies there fear that this could put them out of business.
And some still might say the president's policies aren't to blame and that there's nothing we can do.
We can't take immediate action that I'm aware of yet to figure out how we bring down the price of gasoline. We can't do that immediately with regard to food prices either.
Respectfully, President Biden, that's nonsense. America now produces less oil than under President Trump's administration. That's why I sponsored the Unleash American Drilling Act to produce more American oil and reduce prices at the pump. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
So you had a whole house generator installed so that when the power goes out, the power comes right back on. Or it's supposed to. The generator guys at Carolina Power and Generators can make sure it is ready to go when needed with a biannual 35-point inspection, 24-hour service, and much, much more. Maintenance by Carolina Power and Generators equals peace of mind. For more details, visit generacnc.com and power up. Or call 910-241-4677. That's 910-241-4677.
My name is Tony Keith of Keith Hardware in Carthage, North Carolina. I'm the third generation of a family-owned business. We've been in business for 83 years. We sell live bait, crickets, minnows, and worms, fishing tackle, nuts and bolts and screws by the piece. You can still come in and get nails weighed out by the pound or ones or twos, however you'd like.
The guys, they know what they're doing. You don't have to ask for service. You tell them what you need. If they ain't got it, usually they can conjure it up.
Keith Hardware has been a tradition in this town for as long as I've been in business, 42 years, and they run a good business and they're good people.
I came in with 2 pieces of plumbing. I handed it to this guy, and he took off the back and picked it up and brought it back. Their knowledge is invaluable to me.
With Keith Hardware for 28 years. I rent the building from them next door. And Tony and Ginger are doing an excellent job. I'm proud of them.
Come visit Keith Hardware today at 207 Monroe Street in Carthage.
We're just an old-fashioned hardware store.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the pool advantage.
Replacing a roof isn't just shingles, it's a complete engineered system. At Elite Roofing, we recognize the importance of that system. We're certified installers of all the roofing products we use, with over 28 years of experience in superior residential and commercial roofing. New roof, re-roof, and repair. We stand behind our work with a product and craftsmanship warranty. Call 910-757-0505 today for a free estimate or visit our website at eliteRoofingNC.com. That's 910-757-0505.
NCN News, I'm Mike Rayleigh. Some vaccines are required for school, and according to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, children who don't have insurance can get their shots for free or at low cost through the Vaccines for Children's program. UNC pediatric infectious disease expert Dr. David Weber tells CBS 17.
Children's immunizations are behind the levels we've seen pre-pandemic, but all of those immunizations are important.
One more factor to drive up prices and slow down deliveries in the coming months, drought.
This summer's drought going global. I'm Vicki Barker at the Farm Desk in London.
Students and teachers in Ashe and Watauga counties are getting ready for a fresh start to the new year. It's a first day of school for those students. Watauga County School Superintendent Dr. Scott Elliott tells WBTV.
We will have record enrollment at several of our schools, including at our house school, and we are welcoming probably our largest freshman class in history of over 450 students.
The cost of inflation is forcing many Americans to purchase less and stay at home more. The Bureau of Labor reports that the price of food is up 10.9% compared to last year. Andy Ellen is the president of the North Carolina Retailers Association and says inflation is affecting how people shop.
You see customers that might do a thing where they trade down from the brand name to the generic, or similarly, instead of stocking up on the item that's on sale, they leave that money in their pocket for another day.
First Lady Jill Biden tested positive for COVID last week. Luckily, she's tested negative twice since then and will appear with her husband, President Biden, at an event tonight. CBS's Jerika Duncan has more.
Well, First Lady Jill Biden will join her husband in Delaware tonight after testing negative for COVID twice. She had been isolating in South Carolina after experiencing mild symptoms last week. The White House says Mrs. Biden is double vaxxed and boosted.
You're listening to NCN News.
North Carolina, it's time to get out here.
Time to see some friends.
And see some familiar faces.
It's time to protect yourself and look out for one another.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. North Carolina, you have a spot to take your shot.
You have a spot to take your shot.
You have a spot, take your shot.
Everyone 6 months and older can get a COVID-19 vaccine. Visit myspot.nc.gov for more information.
If you or a loved one have been a victim of crime, NC Savin provides a free confidential service to stay informed about your offender's movements within the North Carolina Adult Correction System. Find peace of mind by downloading the app today to receive status notifications throughout an offender's sentence, probation, post-release supervision, and parole. To learn more about NC Savin or the other programs provided by the Office of Victim Services, visit ncsavin.org. That's ncsavan.org. This message is from the North Carolina Department of Public Safety.
At least 12 million people between Arizona and Louisiana, including much of Texas, remain under flash flood warnings.
At Carlsbad Caverns National Park in New Mexico, more than 100 tourists were stranded in the visitors center for hours after flooding cut off roads. And in Peoria, Arizona, thousands of students were out of class after the monsoon knocked out power and damaged buildings. Schools are set to reopen today.
We were short 10 teachers out of 46, I believe.
Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
One person is dead after an overnight crash in North Charlotte. 2 people were inside the car when it crashed. One person was pronounced dead at the scene. The other was taken to the hospital. A volunteer-run food and activity center for kids in Johnston County has received $5,000 in grants from Coastal Credit Union to continue its work. Cleo McKenna, the president of 4 Leaf Clover Program, says
everything that we do is donated. We are all volunteer workers. We do not get paid but from the Lord.
The pregame party's about to get a lot more expensive for football fans.
Shish kebab for you, shish kebab for him.
A new report from Wells Fargo finds the cost for tailgating essentials has followed in inflation's footsteps. The biggest drag on fans' wallets, gas prices. They're still well above last year's average of $3.17 a gallon. If you're flying to cheer on your alma mater, airfare is up 28%. In the food department, hot dog prices are 5% higher, chicken 17%, and ground beef for burgers is 9% more year over year. Cheapest bet? Watching the game on TV. Prices there are down almost 15%. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Keep the rain gear with you. A round of showers and thunderstorms will be possible for this afternoon and evening. Some of those storms could be on the stronger side, bringing gusty winds and a lot of lightning with heavy rain. We will see highs in the low to mid-80s today. By tonight, temperatures will dip into the mid-60s and lower 70s. We'll see highs in the mid-80s, but a small chance of a few passing showers tomorrow to the southeast. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, we're looking at sunny skies and 72 degrees. Humidity 99%, 2.72. Winds north-northeast of 1. Pressure 30-32. Solar radiation up to 52 watts per square meter. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Monday morning. A local man died Friday morning in a motorcycle accident. William Revis, 58 of Whispering Pines, was traveling south on Highway 1 near Thunder Road outside of Pine Bluff. State Highway Patrol told the Sand Hills News it appeared Revis ran off the right side of the road before going down an embankment. He was thrown from the motorcycle after hitting several trees. Revis was wearing a helmet, according to the Highway Patrol. The exact time of the accident is unknown, but it appears to have happened in the early morning hours. And average gasoline prices in North Carolina fell 7 cents per gallon last week, averaging $3.57 a day. According to Gas Buddy survey of 6,092 stations in North Carolina, prices in North Carolina are 48.6 cents per gallon lower than a month ago and stands at 96.6 69.6 cents per gallon higher than a year ago. The national average price of diesel has declined 6.3 cents in the last week and stands at $4.97 a gallon. According to Gas Buddy prices, the cheapest station in North Carolina was priced at $3.17 per gallon yesterday, while the most expensive was $5.49, a difference of $2.32. The national average price of gasoline has fallen 5.1 cents per gallon in the last week, averaging $3.86 a gallon. The national average is down 51.3 cents per gallon from a month ago and stands at 72.2 cents per gallon higher than a year ago, according to Gas Buddy data compiled from more than 11 million weekly price reports covering over 150,000 gas stations across the country. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning from the Sand Hills Sentinel. And, of course, you can always go to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It's 8:17. Sports is next right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
The Morning Sports Report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. The Carolina Panthers dealing with a big injury to one of their backup quarterbacks, Coach Matt Rule.
First with the bad news, Matt Corral tore his Liz Frank ligament. So they're exploring the possibilities right now and the options with the best doctors across the country. And but it should be a significant injury. I really don't have anything else, of note other than that.
A late bump making the big difference at Watkins Glen. Here's correspondent Jerry Jordan.
Kyle Larson and teammate Chase Elliott battled it out for most of the day at Watkins Glen International, but when the checkered flag fell, it would be Larson crossing the line first after the two made contact on a final restart 6 laps before. Larson said he wasn't proud of the braking maneuver that forced Elliott up the track, but they were battling for a win. A.J. Allmendinger moved into second place, followed by Joey Logano in third. Elliott would finish fourth, but locked up the regular season NASCAR championship. I'm Jerry Jordan.
In Major League Baseball, the Rays beating the Royals 3-2. Rays manager Kevin Cash says its lineup is rounding into shape following injuries to Harold Ramirez, Manuel Margot, and Wander Franco.
Harold back, Manny back. When Wander gets back, there's some contact in there that can really complement each other. We can kind of stagger that, so it certainly helps.
Shortstop Wander Franco has had a setback. He was removed from his rehab assignment with the AAA Durham Bulls, going to ongoing hand soreness. Meanwhile, the Astros avoiding a sweep in Atlanta. Here's Gary McKillips.
Houston, behind 7 solid innings of pitching from Jose Urquidy, defeated Atlanta 5-4 and salvaged 1 game of the 3-game series with the Braves. Yordan Alvarez drove in a pair of runs for Houston, and Kyle Tucker also accounted for 1 run when his single was misplayed in right field.
You're listening to NCN Sports.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was just named one of America's best insurance companies by Forbes and the nation's best auto insurer in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card for the 3rd year in a row. Sometimes being the best means being a little different. Our difference is our people. And with agents in every county, you've got local award-winning service right in your backyard. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public-powered community. When storms or other disasters damage your community's electric system, public power line workers respond first so they can make the scene safe for other first responders. It's difficult work, often in grueling and dangerous conditions. So be sure to give those folks in utility trucks room to work safely and keep your community powered. Learn more about public power at electricities.com.
In NFL preseason games on Sunday, the Eagles over the Browns 21-20. Giants beat the Bengals 25-22, and the Baltimore Ravens with a 24-17 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Patrick Cantlay is a winner again at the BMW Championship and another thriller. The only difference this year, he's not going to be going to the Tour Championship as the #1 seed with a 2-shot head start. No matter, Cantlay took advantage of a great break on the 17th hole when his tee shot bounced over a bunker and into the fairway. That set up a short birdie and a 1-shot lead. He made par on the last for a 1-shot win over Scott Stallings. Masters champion Scotty Scheffler tied for 3rd, and he moves into the #1 overall seed. Tony Brixby, NCN Sports.
Your sports report continues now with our Chick-fil-A High School Sports Report. We'll have all the results of Friday night's game right after this word.
Not only is Chick-fil-A in Southern Pines the best fast food choice in Moore County, Chick-fil-A is an outstanding supporter of families and the community. Daddy and daughter date night, family game night, mother and son date night, teacher appreciation week, supporters of Young Life, Pinecrest ROTC Christmas celebration, and avid boosters of Moore County's high school football and other sports. Chick-fil-A, staying alive on 15501 in Southern Pines.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back.
No.
One local purchase at a time.
Is your village, town, community, or HO?
That's where it happens with automation sometimes. All right, we'll try it again. Roseville High School defeated Pinecrest Friday night at home here in the Sandhills. The #2 Roseville Rams took down the #15 Pinecrest Patriots in a rematch of a potassium matchup from last season. The Patriots look poised to claim revenge over the Rams as they jumped out to a quick 14-zip lead in the first quarter. Roseville answered back with a furious rally as they put up 3 touchdowns in 5 minutes to end the quarter with a 19-14 lead. The Rams rattled off 20 more consecutive points as DeMarcus Cooley returned an interception for a touchdown, and the offensive duo of quarterback Brandon Atkinson and Ohio State commit Noah Rogers at receiver had a big day. The Rams took a 39-21 lead in the fourth, and Rogers' third touchdown of the game and a rushing score by Demarion Epps put the game away for the visitors. The Patriots traveled to Waysboro this Friday night for a 7 o'clock kickoff game against Anson High School. Also playing last past Friday were the Union Pine Vikings, who came out on top of Montgomery Central by a score of 28-7. Of course, Montgomery Central was Chris Mesker's new school after he left the Pinecrest Patriots. Union Pines traveled to Montgomery Central in Troy to take on the former Pinecrest High School head football coach Chris Mesker and the Wolverines. Union Pines made a solid performance, came away with a 28-7 win. The Vikings will play host to Grays Creek this Friday at home with a 7:30 kickoff. And up there in Robbins, Northmore, they came away a victor 2 against Carver. Northmore used a solid running game to shut out Carver High School 27-0. Northmore is at home this Friday at 7:30 for the kickoff there against the 0-1 Vikings of North Stokes High School out of Danbury. That's your Chick-fil-A wrap-up sports report. The LeaderMan, by the way, was 2 for 3 in his predictions this past Friday. And this Friday, we will have another pregame report of around the county high schools, along with my predictions of the scores. You can hear the reports at 7:20 and 8:20 a.m. All right, 8:24. On this Monday.
It's our 1-year anniversary of owning your local Sears hometown store in Aberdeen. Hi, this is Catherine Phelps. Joe and I want to thank all of our customers for their patronage and warm, heartfelt welcome to our new community. Remember, creating relationships and helping you make an informed buying decision is our business. And we'll price match any in-stock local competitor. So please shop your locally owned Sears hometown store, Aberdeen.
If there was a better way to handle your finances, when would you want to know? Tune in to White Horse Financial Solutions every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. here on WEEB.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I've got a pretty horrendous story today, I think. It's about a fellow named George Stinney Jr. It's a good example of why we've got to have a criminal justice system that works. George was black, just like June McCoy. In March of 1944, he was arrested in a small town in South Carolina. They said he murdered 2 white girls. The girls had been beaten to death with a railroad spike. George was electrocuted for that crime. His trial lasted less than 2 hours. The jury was out for 10 minutes. George's attorney was an aspiring local politician. George was 14 years old. He wasn't yet 5 feet tall, and he weighed less than 100 pounds. The electric chair straps were too big for his scrawny body. He had to sit on books to reach the headpiece. When the switch was pulled, the mask slid down, showing the agony he was going through. The sheriff said the boy had confessed. Yeah, I bet. He was all alone. No attorney. His parents were not allowed in. Yep, I imagine he did tell them whatever they wanted to hear. The family said there were witnesses that might have come forward, but they were all too afraid. That boy was black, and it was 1944. For those of you who don't think we've made progress, well, we have. And this is a story of something that we, the citizens, I hope, would never allow to happen now. Those days are gone. Thanks to good people of every color, we can't not ever allow them to come back again. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. from the zoom warm zone.
Keep the rain gear with you. A round of showers and thunderstorms will be possible for this afternoon and evening. Some of those storms could be on the stronger side, bringing gusty winds and a lot of lightning with heavy rain. We will see highs in the low to mid-80s today. By tonight, temperatures will dip into the mid-60s and lower 70s. We'll see highs in the mid-80s, but a small chance of a few passing showers tomorrow to the southeast. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Hey, y'all. Do you know what today is?
Today is National Tooth Fairy Day.
National Tooth Fairy Day.
Where's Baby Tooth?
My tooth!
Don't worry. The Tooth Fairy took it and brought you that quarter.
The Tooth Fairy? Who's that?
That little fairy that pays you for losing your teeth.
The Tooth Fairy!
The Tooth Fairy?
So that's the Tooth Fairy.
I love the Tooth Fairy.
You can't handle the tooth!
Showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good Monday morning. Time to get out of the rack, get those kids up, get them out, get them off the couch, get them out of the rack. No television. Do away with that. What is that little controller? I always forget what it is. Nintendo or whatever it is. Those things. Yeah,
Xbox.
That's those electronic things. Get them off of that. Get outside, take a walk, play some soccer, go swimming, play some golf, whatever. But get outside and get some exercise.
All right. Good advice. Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available to you from our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link is to the live watching. And if you're go to the upper right-hand corner of every page, there's a different link that says on the air, listen live. Click that once. You're listening that quick to our broadcast signal anywhere in the world 24/7. Well, right now, let's see. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills. It's going to be mostly cloudy today with a chance of thunderstorms. High of 85 tonight. Partly cloudy, more thunderstorms likely. A 40% chance anyway. Look for a low of 69. Tuesday, no rain, just partly cloudy, 86. Same for Tuesday night, no rain, partly cloudy, 70. Wednesday, rain returns, or at least a 40% chance of it. It'll be partly cloudy, chance of thunderstorms, high of 87. Same for Wednesday night, 71. Thursday, just as 20% chance of getting wet. Look for a high of 83. Friday, look for mostly cloudy, 84. Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy both days, highs of 85. Right now around the Sand Hills, solar radiation is up to 52 watts per square meter. Pressure is 30-32. Winds are north-northeast of 1, 2.72. Humidity 99%. And it is sunny and 72 currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it's 8:32, 32 past the hour on this Monday morning. Glad you made us a part of it. Let's check in with our Twitter people here, see what some of the Twitters have been.
Must be good after the weekend.
Well, from Representative Jim Jordan, want to own a car. That will cost you 11% more than last year. Want to fly on a plane. That will cost you 23% more than last year. Want to stay in a hotel? Well, that will cost you nearly 40% more than last year. Joe Biden's America. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, if you're an immigrant now, an illegal immigrant, we have $400 a night hotel rooms for you for free.
Yeah, well, we touched a little bit that on the last. If you, besides the inflation, buy an electric car, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000. Hey, no problem. We're going to kill your gas guzzler by raising that alcohol level to 15% in the gasoline. That's going to cause a lot more wear and tear on your gas engines, number one. So you won't get the longevity out of those that you think you will. Force you to buy electric cars. Ford has done away with several models that are all electric. Dodge is...
Get this, I saw a Ford electric Mustang.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks nothing like the Mustang.
All the Mustangs are going to be electric. They're not going to be a gas Mustang after this year. Dodge has done the same thing with a couple of their big muscle cars. No more production of them. They're all going to be electric. And the thing is, when you look at the power required to electrify, to charge all these electric cars they're wanting to get to, well, you're going to have to start thinking about what you're going to give up, because the power grid is not going to support all electric car charging and, say, your air conditioning or your heating or your refrigerator, et cetera. So, while you're thinking about these electric cars, you think about what you're going to give up, and it's going to be your HVAC. That's what you're going to give up. You don't think so, but you are. Yeah, well, you're giving up something. Well, it's going to be out of your hands, because they're going to force you into it and force society into it, and something's going to break. And basically, you're not going to have enough of anything to power your house.
Kevin Sorbo, who's an actor, he said it takes a special kind of person to hate Trump after the past 18 months. I applaud your commitment to stupidity.
Mm-hmm. He's correct.
Representative Lauren Bobbitt says Biden spent $775 million more to Ukraine yesterday, Senate. This is basically a weekly phenomenon. He's spending our tax dollars on a fight that is not ours, and doing so without any limits. Why are we allowing this?
If you haven't figured it out, this is a money laundering mechanism, sending billions and billions through Ukraine. Nobody knows where it's going. I'm sorry. Nobody knows where that money is ending up. Well, we're sending it to do this and buy arms, and we're going to
pay. Probably getting a piece of it coming back.
Yeah, we're paying the salaries of the Ukrainian government. No, we're not. We're just throwing money away when... more importantly, you have people in this country that are desperate for help. The southern border could have been built, a fence 5, 10, 15 times over with the first $50 billion that we sent to Ukraine. And this is just ridiculous. All the money we're throwing away when internally here to the United States, you got so many people that are hurting.
From Kevin McCarthy, Nancy Pelosi's husband didn't just trade stocks. He traded options on industries that were being affected by legislation Pelosi was pushing.
Right.
What he did was wrong. It's time to restore trust in the institution of Congress. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, after the midterms, maybe there'll be an investigation on some of this stuff. I wouldn't hold out any hope whatsoever on any of that happening, because if they start pulling the string on Nancy Pelosi, then you have a whole bunch of GOP Congress people, Congress representatives, and senators that are going to get caught up in that string pulling. And it isn't going to happen, folks. So just forget it.
From the New York Post, they say hundreds of migrants line up at New York City hospitals for health care, food, and, of course, their free phone. Yeah, you need some health care today. Well, the line's way back there. Get in it.
Well, New York and D.C. in particular, where Texas and Florida have focused their efforts to send these people, they're really crying about it, too. Oh, we can't have any more of these, people.
You want to be a sanctuary city? Here you go.
Exactly.
Got your wish.
And that's exactly, I apparently the situation is they come across and they, hey, who wants to go to New York? Anybody sticks their hands up, boom, they put them on a bus and
who
send
wants
them
to
up
eat
there.
grapes in Martha's Vineyard?
Nobody's being forced to go anywhere. These are people who saying, I need a ride to New York, send me. And the D.C. governor or this D.C. mayor is asking for National Guard help and all this other stuff, and nope, nobody wants to help them, et cetera, et cetera. So eat it, suck it up.
Yesterday was the great Iowa State Fair. Broke a single-day attendance record from last year. Last broken in 1991. 128,298 people went to the fair on Saturday, a testament to the success of our state's fair and Iowa agriculture. This according to Chuck Grassley, the senator.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they had success. I mean, I think people are tired of being, beaten about the head and shoulders with all this COVID garbage and all the lies. The lies are starting to pour out about that, and we're finding out that the masks and all this other garbage was all fallacy. And people are wanting to get out and have a good time.
Yeah.
And I think, the other thing is they want to be ahead of the next bow wave, because the monkeypox lie is already starting. And the CDC put out can you believe this? The CDC apparently put out some guidance here over the weekend or late Friday saying that you ought to go back to masking to prevent monkeypox, which is a STD. Go think about it. All of us should put on masks so that we don't become infected by monkeypox. What a lie. It's a lie.
This from people who voted for Biden.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz can't afford gas or food. Well, that's Biden Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm says if you're a low income, you can get your home entirely winterized to help deal with 40-year high inflation. You can get 30% off the price of solar panels. So listen to this little clip and realize these are the people running government, in this case the Energy Department, who are more brain dead than a dead maggot.
And really, you could make the same argument. We were talking about tax breaks for adding solar panels, energy-efficient windows, appliances, heat pumps. What do you say to the families who simply can't afford this stuff in the first place?
Well, number one, for your home, yes, there are significant incentives in this bill, which is great, to reduce people's energy costs on a monthly basis. So if you are low income, you can get your home entirely weatherized through the expansion from the bipartisan infrastructure law, a significant expansion. You don't have to pay for anything. If you want heat pumps, insulation, new windows, that is covered. If you are moderate income, today you can get get 30% off the price of solar panels. Those solar panels can be financed, so you don't have to have the big outlay at the front. And when they're financed in a way that reduces your energy bill, even though you have solar panels. With this 30% off, it's a significant incentive. Same thing with if you don't qualify for the weatherization program, you will be able to, starting next year, get rebates on the appliances and equipment that will help you reduce your monthly energy bill by up to 30%. This is all about reducing costs for people.
And yet the electricity prices continue to go up.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, some of that, short of the solar panels, insulation and, the double pane solar protected windows, et cetera. Yeah, that's great if they have incentives for those kind of things. But don't waste your money on a solar panel. Don't believe it either. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't waste your money on a solar panel. That's bad news.
Get deep into these things and you find out, well, you don't qualify.
Yeah. Well, that too, yeah.
So it's all the big, whoa, everybody gets it. Well, no, they don't. Yeah. Maybe a few, but it won't be you. All right.
Yeah, basically, if you had any kind of income, you're not going to get it.
Yeah. All right, some things you need to know so you don't sound stupid today. AMC Theaters did something cool over the weekend, showing Grease for $5 a ticket, with $1 from each ticket sale going towards breast cancer research. It was such a hit in the UK that McDonald's is bringing over the Chicken Big Mac, trying it out first in the Miami market. Okay, we're sharing it because it's out there. A rumor that Tom Brady is taking off from preseason games is so that he can take part in the Masked Singer program.
Well, okay. I'm not sure he really needs to participate in all the preseason stuff, but yeah, okay, great.
And imagine being an Ethiopian Airlines flight last week going from Sudan to Ethiopia when the jet overshot the landing destination. It turns out the jet had been put on autopilot, and the two pilots on the board were both, I repeat, both
asleep.
Yeah,
it's happened before.
Yeah, and those pilots lost their jobs.
Did they? Is that the?
I don't know about them, but the one you were talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I won't say it's common, but it's happened frequently enough to not be a big surprise. I'll put it that way.
The Big Ten struck a massive new 7-year contract with Fox, CBS, and NBC, up to approximately $7.5 billion. Have you heard about, oh, by the way, a lady corrected me, about the Tiger Woods things and the LIV tournament.
Oh, yeah.
They had offered him $750 million.
$750
to
million.
$850 million, that range.
What?
I said billion.
Oh, you said billions. Oh, that's, I remember that now. Yeah.
But it was millions.
Well,
see, I have a hard time spending either one. It doesn't matter.
Well, if you have $750 million, well, there's people that could burn through that. I mean,
couldn't.
Tillis, Burr, those guys could dispose of that in minutes. Joe Biden.
What a talent, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's pocket change for them.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez got married again this weekend, this time at Affleck's Georgia estate. This is the ceremony for friends who couldn't make the Vegas ceremony, including Matt Damon, Jimmy Kimmel, Casey Affleck, and Dre D'Amato.
Yeah, you had to waste my time with that, huh? Okay.
Part of a foot and a shoe were both found floating in the Abyss pool at Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah, I read about that. They never figured out what the deal was, though, did they?
I don't know.
I just saw where they, I don't know. Somebody decided to take a swim or something. I have no clue what that might have been about.
Today's impossible question, according to a new survey, what's the worst food to keep as leftovers?
Fish, isn't it?
Well, number 2 is sushi.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Number 1 is eggs.
Eggs? Shouldn't keep eggs as leftovers? Yeah, I guess I've never...
Well, if they're scrambled.
I've never seen eggs, as leftovers anywhere. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Okay.
Certainly can't keep runny eggs as leftovers.
You don't think? Where is my...
I always thought it was fish. Never keep fish. You don't eat it, you got to get rid of it.
Well, you never can find it when you need it. Isn't that right? So screw it. All right. Yes or BS? What we'll do is give the Colonel a statement. He'll tell us why, yes, that's true, or it's total BS. You ready, Colonel? You do well at these.
All right, yeah, I guess I'm ready.
70% of Earth is covered with water, but only 3% is drinkable.
Oh, is it 3? It's a low number. It's single digits. Yeah, that's probably true.
Well, you were on the right track, but it's 1.2%.
1.2%. Yeah, I can't remember whether it was high or low. But yeah, but the potential is there. Desalination plants and ROPUs and things like that. I mean, you can turn that almost
just back up a good old U.S. Air Force carrier, cut the desalination on, they produce a lot of water.
Well, there's a variety of ways to do it. It's just a matter of...
they break the water molecule.
Doing it. It's... you can... I've experimented with a couple of them. I mean, we had... when we were in Iraq, we used to have to bring in these truckloads of water, pre-bottled water and all this, and they kept getting blown up and shot up and things like that. So, the answer was drilled some wells right on the base in several places, and, the water wasn't, potable. So, we drilled the wells. You had... desalination plants and reverse osmosis, etc. And then we brought in a bottling.
Well, it's underground seawater.
Yeah, it's just like wells around here have a high iron content and things like that. It's just place to place. Wells have different things in them depending on what kind of ground they're coming out of. But the water wasn't really great coming out of these wells. So we put in the appropriate. ROPUs, reverse osmosis, to make it drinkable, and then instead of putting it in tanks and everybody using canteens, they brought in a bottling plant with plastics, etc., and just set up their own bottling plant. And so there you go. You got bottles of water that you could hand out and store and all those kind of things. Right. And you didn't have to move it.
The first statue of an American president constructed outside of the U.S. is located in England.
In England? No, I don't think it's England. I thought it was Liberia or something.
It's Scotland.
Scotland?
The Lincoln Monument is located in Edinburgh, Scotland.
Edinburgh. Okay, all right. I didn't know.
A shark is the only fish that can blink both eyes.
Don't know, don't care. Is that true? Fine.
It is true.
Okay, great.
Elton John is the most successful songwriter in the U.S. recording history with 32 #1 hits.
Elton John? No, it's not Elton John.
Then who is it?
Well, that wasn't the question. I don't know who it is. I thought it was... oh, man, who am I thinking of? It wasn't Elton John.
It is BS.
Yeah, I don't know.
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. All right. Okay. There you go. One of the Beatles. Yeah.
Disney's first PG-rated movie was The Black Hole.
Never heard of it. Don't know.
With, what was his name? Maximilian
Schell. The Black Hole?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess.
In 1979, The Black Hole. Yep, it is. Warren Beatty portrayed Al Capone in the 1967 film.
Warren Beatty? No. Who was that?
Warren played Clyde Barrow in Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. I don't know who played him, but it wasn't Warren Beatty.
Wasn't it Robert De Niro?
Robert De Niro played him in some movie along the way. I don't know if that was the 67 movie.
Yeah. Disney first G-rated movie. I did that. Mia Farrow appeared on the cover of the first issue of People magazine in 1974.
Man, I don't know. True.
It is true.
Yeah, okay.
And the cost was?
$2.32.
Actually, 35 cents then.
Yeah.
Healthy individuals release 17 ounces of sweat per day.
17 ounces? Man, I don't know. It's less than a gallon. Yeah, it sounds, that's ballpark, I guess. I don't know.
No, but they do produce 17 ounces of gas.
Oh, okay.
I would think they have more than 17 ounces.
Well, how many ounces do they
of sweat?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't say? Okay, I don't know.
Whoopi Goldberg was the first female to host the Oscars.
Who?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Who cares? I haven't watched that. And I can't remember ever watching that. Maybe when I was a kid. So I don't know.
Well, give me a guess.
No.
Yes.
Good.
In 1994. On average, a beaver cuts down 200 trees a year.
An average?
One little beaver and his two little front teeth.
That seems to be, that might be a little light. But I'll say yes.
It is, yes. That's a busy beaver.
I can go through 2 or 3 trees a night.
Gracious. On average, a baby in the U.S. will eat 15 pounds of smashed bananas in the first year of life.
15 pounds? Man, I don't know. Mashed bananas, huh? And that was a song about mashed bananas. Sure, why not? I guess. I don't know.
No, it's cereal.
Oh, and cereal? Yeah. Smashed cereal? Okay.
Japanese farmers grow watermelons in the shape of a square.
Yes, they do.
They do. Do you know why?
Because they stack better.
That's it.
They don't roll around. The Japanese...
They do this to conserve shelf space.
They do a lot of things like that. You know, they have them in forms. Apples, they have individual wraps for apples that expand as the apple expands, etc. They've got some amazing techniques, put it that way.
Let's see here. 1 acre of wheat can produce enough bread to feed a family of 4 for about 10 years. 1 acre.
What? 1 acre
of wheat
in one growing season? Is that what they're saying? Or just, I mean, 1 acre of...
it'd be 1 acre of produced wheat.
For 10 years?
Well, will last a family for about 10 years. Family of 4.
I don't know if it'll stretch that far. I don't think so.
It's true.
I think so.
Yeah.
It'll go far. I didn't think it would, for bread and all your needs, 1 growing season, 1 acre of wheat will last them 10 years. All right. Well, that's interesting.
Martin Sheen once donated 24 acres of his Southern California estate to land conservation research.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, it was donated, but it was Barbara Streisand doing the donating.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Falling out of a window is the second most frequent cause of accidents in the U.S.
Falling out of a window? No. It's a significant cause, but I don't think it's the second leading cause of injury.
It's not.
Yeah.
Running into glass is.
Walking into glass doors. Yeah, that I've seen that. I mean, yeah, thump, crash. Woo.
When they've built the legislative building in Raleigh, the newest one, it's got a lot of glass in it and glass doors and whatnot, and people were running into the glass.
Yeah.
My grandfather whacked into it pretty bad one time. And now they all have the state seal sticker in the middle of them.
Yeah, when you have large panes of glass, you got to have something there. Somebody's going to walk into them. Like I said, I saw that personally one time, and it isn't. It's no joke.
Yeah, if they actually break it, and that stuff's going to come down on you.
Well, it can.
There's some heavy stuff there. Let's see how much time I have. Omaha is the capital of Nebraska.
I don't know. I don't remember. I'm trying to think. No.
Well, I will tell you it's not.
No.
Do you know what it is?
It's Lincoln, isn't it?
Lincoln it is. Ding, ding, ding.
I'm sorry. I had to go through the mental Rolodex for that one. It was spinning for a while, so I couldn't. All right. Lincoln, Nebraska. Yeah, I remember now.
And among all canned fruits and vegetables, pumpkin is considered the best source of vitamin A.
Vitamin A, pumpkins, I think that's true.
It is true. All right, and so it goes for this Monday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a titillating Tuesday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our station because they are truly the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. When you give them first crack at your spending dollars, your money stays here. And our economy flipping over, creating more jobs. When you go to the Mega Mart, well, your money goes beelining right over there to Indonesia, China, and Sri Lanka and the like. So if you want to support our economy, you know how to do it now. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the LeaderMan and Nick and Colt the dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the hot, steamy dog park.
When I come back, you'd better be laughing.
Peeps, that's it. I'm sold. This is now my go-to lens cleaner.
And I just wanted to talk to you really quick about one of the most annoying things ever. Cleaning your glasses.
Why look through dirty, cloudy glasses? Wiping them on your shirt only scratches the lenses and smears the dirt around. Soon, they're so scratched up, you'll never see clear.
Why would anybody try and look through glasses like this? I mean, this is really bad. You know, fingerprints and facial oils and all kinds of dust and dirt. It all gets on there. We don't want you to have to run around in glasses like this.
For the first time ever, groundbreaking technology used by NASA and the U.S. military is finally available to the public. Introducing Peeps by Carbon Clean.
And it's this little guy right here. And it can open up on both sides. And here with a little button, when you push it, there's like this brush.
The brush is there to wipe off any debris that you may have.
It gets all the lint and crumbs and whatever's been hiding in your purse.
And it has these cute little cleaning arms, almost like tweezers.
Here's those little microfiber pads, and all you do is come in here, and you just supposed to swipe it right along your lens like that.
It gets in all of the nooks and crannies. And you can use it over 500 times without it drying out.
This new solution uses the same carbon molecular technology used by NASA, and there are no messy sprays or dirty cloths to hassle with.
And the best thing about this is that it's super small, compact size, so you can just bring it anywhere you go.
I'm Kevin Harrington, original shark from the hit TV show Shark Tank. I'm here with Daniel Patton. Daniel? Yep. Then you simply clean the lens.
I have told every home using it for a few days. Highly recommend.
Get one, put it in your purse, put it in your desk drawer, because you never know when you're going to have to clean those glasses. I like it. This is going to be carried around with me wherever I go. Thank you, peeps.
These things are great. I mean, if you wear glasses, you need to have these. They're great. I absolutely love them.